This video is sponsored by Ace Defender, a high-quality SRPG masterpiece combining authentic turn-based RPG battle with tower defense elements. The game has a traditional RPG storyline solo player with 40 plus chapters and nearly 2,000 levels. A rebellion in the Dragon Clan threatens the balance of good and evil in the world. Our heroine, Alipita the Silver Dragon Princess, escaped with the Creation Crystal to the human lands. There, she awoke the Creation Crystal and summoned heroes to fight evil with your help. There are 5 hero factions: Divine, Demon, Shadow, Nature, and Light, with deep hero background stories. You start with 48 heroes, and there are 2 new heroes released every few weeks. You can level up, combine heroes, and equip gear to create a powerful lineup. You have 1x, 2x, and 4x gameplay modes to speed up or slow down the action. You have an expedition or solo mode. You have PvE, where you can explore dungeons and regions, engage in trials, level up your heroes, and collect rare items. And you have a PvP mode, where you fight against other players within your server or across server with multiple lineups. Now remember, you can download Ace Defender for free using the link in the description below, and new users who download the game with my link will get 10 Royal Recruit tickets after completing levels 2 to 8. You can use the tickets by clicking Sky City, Tavern, and Recruit 10x. So make sure to check out Ace Defender today. So as you already know, we've been on quite the roller coaster when it comes to 3D Sonic games, which for most of us, or at least a lot of the people watching me, has led to the distrust of Sonic Team. Nowadays we're waiting 4 to 5 plus years for a new main series release, and in that basically half a decade, we're sitting here twiddling our thumbs, itching, anxious as fuck, hoping that they finally get it right this time and we can have something to praise that isn't, multimedia related or classic Sonic related. Naturally, fans will try and come up with their own ways on how we could potentially fix Sonic and what would be good for the situation and how could we save 3D Sonic or whatever. And that got me thinking over this year, and it gave me an idea that probably won't be implemented given that Sega are, I guess, still a AAA developer. I don't even know anymore. Like, is that AA? Like, where are they now? Like, I don't think they're first wall, but they ain't third wall. But nonetheless, I'm gonna say the idea anyway. I think 3D Sonic games from now on should be early access. Now, for some of you who only play the Sonic or you never play on PC, you might be thinking, what is early access, Prem? Well, actually, maybe consoles have early access for some games as well, so that's not really entirely fair. But I've been playing a really great game. It's called Rolled Out. I streamed it multiple times on my non-Sonic channel, link in the description. And this is a game that was teased well before Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania came out, which is a remake or remaster-ish. It's more of a remake, but it has some more textures of the original classic Monkey Ball games, Monkey Ball 1, 2, and Deluxe. So before that was even announced, Rolled Out was a thing. It was made by fans with all brand new levels set to emulate the feel and the experience of the original Monkey Ball classic games. It would almost be like Sonic Mania, but actually being made by fans and not like officially endorsed by Sega. That's essentially what Rolled Out is trying to be. It's very good from what I've played, but it's not officially released yet. It's an early access title. If you go on their Steam page, it says early access game, get instant access and start playing. Get involved with this game as it develops. Note, this early access game is not complete and may or may not change further. They say that to cover their ass, of course. Like, if they just sell you an early access game and they don't do anything with it, then not Steam's fault, right? If you are not excited to play this game in its current state, then you should wait to see if the game progresses further in development. And if you go to the Learn More page on Steam, they've got more information on early access, and they basically say point blank, this is the way games should be made. And this is the biggest like PC launcher there is, so it's a big deal for Valve to come out and basically say this on their platform. We can also look at the Wikipedia definition. It says, early access is a funding model in the video game industry by which consumers can purchase and play a game in the various pre-release development cycles, such as pre-alpha, alpha, and or beta, while the developer is able to use those funds to continue further development of the game. Those that pay to participate typically help to debug the game, provide feedback and suggestions, and may have access to special materials in the game. So yes, if you still don't get it, basically you are paying for the game early. The game is not officially released, it's not ready for public consumption, but they're saying if you want, you can pay for it now, play it early while it's still being developed, and of course when the final game comes out you already pay for it, but in the meantime you're playing it, giving feedback, and then they're actually taking that feedback into consideration while they're making this game, instead of them waiting for the game to come out, getting bad reviews, use and then saying, oh, we'll take it into consideration for the next game 4 or 5 years from now or whatever. For example, there was a level in Rolled Out that was very RNG based, and I must have spent over half an hour trying to beat this level. It was really not strategic. It was just a lot of faffing around. And because it was early access, they must have seen a lot of people struggle on this level, because it wasn't just me. And then they win, and then they just basically fixed the level in the sense that it could now be done regularly. It wasn't meant to be a hard level. It just turned out that it was one because of the way it was designed. Oh! Oh, I landed it. I fucking landed it, and you know that shit. You know I landed it. What? Ram gang! If they made this level easier, then what you know. That doesn't look like how it used to look. Are you ready? Yeah, they definitely changed that. Holy fuck, they changed. That's not how it used to look. I can actually stop myself from slipping off the edge. Holy fuck, they completely made it easy. You can't even fall off anymore. Oh my god! After I spent how long demolishing that shit, and you gonna do this to me? Let the plebs get it first try? But to reel this back into our Lord and Savior, the Sonic the Hedgehog, let's talk about Rangers or Frontiers or the next generation or whatever the fuck we're calling it now. Imagine if they made Rangers early access. We know they've been developing this game since at least the start of 2019. It's been almost 3 years. If they were to release an early access version of the game, say for this holiday 2021, even if it was just for Steam users, just for PC, and let us play around with the game and see what it was about, provide feedback, and they could use that feedback and tweak the game to make it the best version it could be by release, we could be looking at essentially one of the best 3D Sonic games if they were able to properly implement that feedback and give us a better experience. Now, there's only really one con I could think of when it comes to early access in a AAA title, and that's that you can't really surprise people anymore. Like, we can't like play the game for the first time and be like, wow, like we didn't see that level in the trailers or whatever, or in the gameplay clips, and you just play it for the first time and it's just like that shock factor, that newness factor, because you've been playing it over a period of time. And while that is true, I feel like it's a bit moot considering we can't even trust them to make a good game at this point. So it's like we might as well just take that hit if it means that we can ensure a great experience because we're testing the thing over and over again. I mean, of course, there's going to be some people that really give a fuck about spoilers like this or levels they don't want to be revealed or whatever, and they might just avoid it. I mean, how long could you really avoid it if everyone's trying it out on Steam or whatever? But ultimately, this would lead to a better product if they were able to take that feedback right. Because if, say, Rangers is coming in the end of 2022 and we got this, say, before the end of 2021, that's a whole year of playing, giving feedback. They'll have some extensive surveys where you can like answer questions, and they will take that into consideration, and then you get new updates for the early access and you try those versions. You'd be like, okay, you fixed that thing or you improved that thing, but now you could do this thing, etc, etc, etc. And I can only imagine what kind of experience you get if you avoided the early access and you just played it when it was finally ready and it was just like, wow, this is an amazing game, like they did everything right kind of thing, you know. But of course, this is just wishful thinking on my part. They're never gonna do this, you know. It's just something that I think could actually work in their favor if they were to do it. The irony is that this will probably be the best time for them to do it, period, because they're doing this whole different thing with this open world, frontier, whatever they're calling it. And if they're really trying to do the Breath of the Wild type thing, now more than ever, they probably should be getting our feedback because they're going into serious uncharted territory. And even their charted territory, which was Boost, they haven't even been able to do that right in how long. So for this, they really need to be like consulting the right people. Apparently, they're seriously focused testing the game. Obviously, there's been a lot of fake leaks, but there's been some real ones. There was one guy who even claimed that they asked him about the name Frontier in a focus test. I don't know if that's true. I mean, a page like this can be spoofed, so you never really know when it comes to things like this. But it's clear they are taking in some feedback into consideration. Essentially, what they are getting is effectively early access treatment, but just for a small focus test of people versus just giving it to the public, which I guess could still work if they're able to take that feedback right right? And if they got a good group of people or not the wrong people. And apparently they did take some control of physics criticisms into consideration with regards to Forces with the E3 demo, which people were playing and giving their feedback about that. But I mean, it's not like Forces controlled amazing when it came out, so you know, feedback is only good if you know how to use it, you know what I mean? But I guess only time will tell. But anyway, man, let me know what you guys think about this topic. Do you think 3D Sonic games could benefit greatly from being early access, or do you think it's a bad idea? Would you buy a 3D Sonic game in early access knowing that it wouldn't be in its, you know, finished, polished state? I mean, polished in quotes. I mean, they released official games that aren't in polished state, but you know, would you still consider getting that, or would you want to wait for the final release? But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure to check out the non-Sonic channel. The link will be in the description. But that's all I have to say right now. So, Premy out.